Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm here to do my September roundup. Now, you might have noticed that we skipped last month's roundup simply because I refilmed it a few times, wasn't ever really happy with the feel of the video, and decided just not to put it up. So this month I'm very excited to be back, and I have quite a few fun things to actually share with you guys this month. So in September, I started the month off video-wise with a video on my summer reads. So it was I believe I called it a very mediocre recent reads. Basically in that video, I talked about all of the things that I had read over the summer that ended up being just kind of meh. And sadly, I do feel like the majority of my summer reading fell into that category, though overall, I would say I'm pretty happy with how my reading is going so far this year. I then put up probably my most exciting video of the month, which was my podcast announcement. Now, I will talk about this more in a second, but if you have not seen that video and you're like, wait, what? You have a podcast? I will link it up here in the cards. I think it's up here, in the cards, and I would really love for you guys to find out about the podcast, come check us out, but again, more on that in a minute. I put up a tag video in September called the Under the Influence of BookTube tag, which was created by Olive from A Book Olive, and really had fun answering that tag. Those tag questions. Blah. Generally speaking, I really enjoy making tag videos. I think it's a fun way to come up with different questions and different topics that I might not think of myself to talk about here on the channel, and it's just generally a, slightly more casual, relaxed video because I don't have to come up with the ideas, I just have to answer the questions. And of course, because it was Olive, she came up with some really great questions. So again, if you have not seen that video, I will link it in the cards, and everything I talk about today, as always, will be linked in the description box below. And then lastly, in September, I put up my Victober TBR, in which I was very excited for Victober to happen, and trust me, I still am, though I am filming this a little early, so I haven't yet started my Victober reads, but I think what I'm most excited about is the fact that Wives and Daughters is this year's group read, which means I get to reread my favorite book of last year all over again. Then segueing into life-related stuff, it was my 27th birthday in September, and I feel like I should probably feel a year older, but honestly, I really don't. I had a really nice birthday weekend. I did have to work a little bit, but I got to just go and basically spend an entire day at the beach, which was really nice. I don't really like to go to the beach during the summer because we get a bunch of tourists and it's very crowded and you have to fight people for your little inch of sand, but we went, midway through September, so it was busy but not crazy, and we actually had really nice weather. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. Best way to spend your birthday ever. However, I do think the most exciting thing about my September was the fact that we really got into the nitty-gritty of the podcast, finally. So for those of you who did not see the announcement video and who were like, just tell me about it right here, my brother and I have started a podcast called the My Cup of Tea podcast, and it's a kind of discussion-based podcast where we talk about the media and culture and books and movies and video games and music, and sorry, that was my phone going off. Most of our videos are primarily discussion-based, but we are kind of throwing in like mini reviews. So a couple of episodes ago, we talked about Crazy Rich Asians, and I gave a little review, and then we discussed diversity in film. Another episode, last week's episode, we talked about the Emmys and about award culture. So if you're interested in any of that, and if you like the way I talk here on the channel, I think you'll really like the podcast. So again, I will link all the things down in the description box so you guys can check us out. And of course, I want to say a massive thank you to those of you who have already listened to the podcast, who check us out on a weekly basis, who have subscribed to us on iTunes. It's been a lot of fun making this podcast because my brother and I just talk like this anyways, so it's been a lot of fun to record that conversation and then put it up and see how many of you guys actually really enjoy it. So thank you so much. I do want to mention that if you left comments on my announcement video saying, hey, I have an Android and I would like to listen to your podcast on the go, I'm currently in the process of getting us up on Stitcher, so if you want to check out our Twitter account at My Cup of Tea Pod, I will definitely announce when we are up on Stitcher, and I will announce it on probably my Twitter and my Instagram, so follow me all the places, links down below. I don't really know why I always tend to film these at the end of the day because, as I'm sure you can probably tell, the sun is going down and my lighting is getting really weird. I want to quickly go through some favorites for the month. I want to start off with things I don't physically have here to share with you, the first of which would be a kind of general media theme, which is that I'm really into like Western anything right now. So I have been watching a show called the Pinktertons, which has been really good. I just rewatched the 2016 remake of The Magnificent Seven, which is so very good, and I've been listening to a lot of the Red Dead Redemption video game soundtrack. Stellar, spectacular. Don't play the game, but I really like the music. Another favorite that I don't have a physical copy of, but I guess I can put the artwork right here, is Kina Grannis's new album, In the Waiting. Now, this came out, I want to say either in August or July, one of the two, I think, and it is her new full-length album. It is beautiful, it is haunting in places, it is so very sing-alongable, which isn't a word, but I'm gonna make it a word for the sake of this sentence. And if you somehow don't know, Kina Grannis is a singer-songwriter who has been making music here on YouTube for, I believe, at least 10 years now. She's been around for a while. She's probably the only YouTube musician who I started watching way back in the day when I first discovered YouTube, and then continue to follow, mainly because I love her covers, I love her voice, I love the style of her music. It's just perfect for this time of year, and yeah, I would really recommend that you check out this album. Then I do have a few physical things here, mainly things that I got for my birthday, which I wanted to share with you guys. So first of all, I have a cactus. So this was actually part of Trevor's birthday gift to me, and I absolutely love it. I think it is adorable, and it's just like, it's so mini. I know you probably thought I was about to touch it, but I'm just showing you. Here's my hand for reference. It's pretty dang small. I also received an IOU from Trevor and my parents for a new bookshelf. So I'm gonna go get another one of these in the next couple of weeks. And once that is built, I will do a organizing my shelves or bookshelf tour, some kind of video like that, because I do have that whole box, that one right there, that is full of my children's books. You might have seen that video. If not, check the cards. But I have that box of books, and then I have a bunch of books still at my parents' house, so I want to do some reorganizing, and then hopefully we will have a new bookshelf tour up sometime this year, hopefully in the next month. Lastly, I have a few fashion-y bits that I also received for my birthday. First of all, Toms. Now, I am a very hard person to find shoes for. I wear a size 2 in kids sizes, even though, yes, I did just turn 27. So I really like Toms because all of their shoes fit me, whether it's their standard like loafer type or whether it's their heeled boots or their sandals. I just think they're a really great brand for people with smaller feet because their kids' shoes are really freaking adorable. I'm a particular fan of their loafer style shoes simply because I think they are super comfortable and just really easy to wear, but they're also not sneakers and nice enough looking that I feel like I can get away with wearing them for work. So I've been wearing the black ones to work already, and I think they're just a really great shoe, and thank you Mom and Dad for getting me these. And then for my last favorite of the month, I actually have like an awkward cut-in posing shot, but it is this overall dress that I'm wearing currently. So I picked this up from Forever 21 for myself. This was like my birthday treat to myself because I was looking to add a little bit more of a fall inspired piece to my wardrobe, because literally all I wear is blue jeans and like button-ups. That's pretty much all I ever wear. First of all, I really like that it's this olive green, kind of olive khaki color. I think it complements my skin tone really well. I think it works with the other things in my wardrobe really well. And I like that it's not just like straight up and down straps in the back. I like that it's got a little bit of a cross to it. And of course, it has pockets. So I think it's a win-win. It's also not too short. I don't feel like my bum's hanging out. And I actually think this will look really cute with my black Toms. So there you go. All right, so the sun has obviously gone down. The lighting has gone to the pits, but that is all I have to share with you guys today. That is my September in a nutshell. I hope you guys had a good September as well. I hope you are looking forward to the fall, and I hope it feels like fall where you are, because it's definitely cooled down here. Like, we're kind of in the low 80s, high 70s at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to it turning into, like, you know, low 70s, high 60s. Like, that would be my ideal weather, but I probably have to wait another month for that. Now I'm just rambling, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time.